Welcome to this new video. Today we have a look at the new Mantis from Blazar 1.33 Anamorphics. I just got them in yesterday, so this is just a first use impression from my side. It's quite sunny today, so I decided to go a bit to the forest and the woods, as you can see. And while I speak, I will show you some images I just filmed with the new Blazars. So yeah, let's dive in. I'm shooting on the 50mm right now. On my right hand I got the 75 and on my left hand the 25. This one is 2.4 and this one is 2.0 and the 50 is also 2.0. So and for the first impressions I have to say I really like the 75 because it has a nice compression. The bokeh looks very gorgeous to my eye at least, and in comparison to the 25 it's a quite special lens, but I have to say I like it because I also shoot a lot of wide angle when it comes to music video work or some kind of artsy stuff. I think this lens comes quite in handy, and with the set I bought, so 25 50 on the camera right now and the 75, it's a quite unbeatable combo for me at least. I also like shooting in or I like shooting with 35mm lenses, but in this case I decided that 25 and 35 are a little bit too close, and the 100 was also from the other tests I saw not the best in the set, so I decided to go with 3 lenses, and I think that's more than enough. Anamorphics are not my daily lenses. I only use them for kind of, as I said, artsy work, fashion work when it fits, and music video or narrative work. So I wouldn't shoot a image film or stuff like this on these. But I mean, you can. There are no boundaries. But if you like to do so, feel free. But for normal work, I stick to spherical lenses. So what I can say about the image quality, I really like them because I used to shoot on the Remis lenses before, and I sold them last week, and then I ordered the Mantis lenses. I just checked some videos, saw that the 2x bokeh on these lenses looks quite good, and I have to say it's not that big difference between the Remis and the Mantis lenses when it comes to the squeeze factor. As you can see, it says 1.33, but thanks to YouTube guys, they found out that they're actually more 1.4 than 1.33, and then you have not that much different to a 1.5 stretch anamorphic lens. And I also like them a little bit more when it comes to the daily use. Just shot this day and yesterday some test shots, and I have to say I really like the focus adjustments, and also the aperture ring feels a little bit smoother, I guess, than the Remis, and the focus distance is a lot easier to handle. I found myself often using a diopter with the Remis lenses when it came to close-up shots, but in this case you can get very, very closely to the object you're filming. Sure, it's also because of the 1.33 squeeze, but in this case I have to say I really, really like it that you don't have to use always a diopter to get your close-ups. So what I also wanted to show you is the kind of flaring or not flaring that much as the Remis. I just checked, the sun is quite heavy. There you can see this is maybe where we could use some kind of matte box or lens hood, but I have to say it's not that awful, and I mean it's always an artistic choice or not if you use something like this, but you can see it's not that much and the contrast isn't decreasing that much. But yeah, I have to say it's always depending on what you do, what you want to do. There you can see some kind of flares, and I have to say I like them more than on the Remis. On the Remis they were so heavy and so thick, and I really didn't like them at all. It was like someone took a big fat marker and said, oh yeah, there you got your flare. But I have to say, I didn't like it that much. This feels more natural in my opinion, and I can't show you right now. There you got one. But yeah, and if you go straight to the sun, I mean it's too bright right now. But there you get the idea. I really like them more because they're more subtle, and yeah, some people's are on anamorphics that they had to be blue or whatever. But I have to say, on my Remis kit I had the silver or neutral flare because I think that's okay, and I always find myself finding these flares a little bit distracting, so I like when they're more subtle and not that much here, palm in your face. So yeah, just that you see this as well. So what I really like about the Blazar Mantis so far is that they are still affordable. So you have to get this straight. Blazar is offering some kind of blessing for the filmmaking industry or whatever you want to call it. So when I started to do this some kind of more professional or as a living, everyone was talking about anamorphics and they were so expensive and you have to rob your bank account to even rent one for a project. And now you get these lenses for 800 euros, or I don't know where you live, but I guess it's depending on the taxes. But for the money they cost and what you get out of these lenses or what you can do with them, I think the price is very good and very aggressive in point of we can offer you something like this and it costs 800 bucks. I mean, 800 bucks is still a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but as you may know, this whole filmmaking, photography stuff is sadly very expensive. So in comparison to what you get, or maybe you can pay them off quite quickly, I think it's a very good option. And go watch the other guys on YouTube. They compared it to Cook lenses or whatever, which cost 10 times more. And I have to say, for anamorphic lenses, I wouldn't spend more, because I would even invest more in kind of actors, the location, hair and makeup and stuff like this, and you can make awesome videos and awesome films, awesome content pieces with these lenses. And this is what brought me to Blazar when I first saw the Remis. I think I will stick to the Mantis as long as I can, because I think it will take some time to replace these. I also was thinking about getting a 2x anamorphic lens, but what I heard of, the ones from Blazar are a little bit inconsistent in terms of looking wise. So I didn't check the kados at all, and I have to say, for me, this fits. You get with these lenses some kind of 2x anamorphic background feeling, and right now and all the talking head stuff was shot on t.2, so you can get the idea. So what's the deal with the new Blazar Mantis anamorphic 1.33 anamorphics? So I asked myself also one question: why did Blazar market them as 1.33 and not 1.4? I guess I've never seen a 1.4 lens. Maybe this is the case. I don't know. If you know one, let me know in the comments. But I think it's, as I just said at the beginning of the sentence, maybe some kind of marketing, that it's easier to say it's a 1.33. But beware, de-stretch your footage in post with 1.4 and then you should be fine. In camera it isn't noticeable at all when you use a 1.33. I'm shooting on the FX6 right now. By the way, this is also quite cool. Sony open gate. Yeah, well, but maybe you Sony guys just implement that in the future, so we're good. But I think these lenses are a great option for filmmakers or content creators who want to level up their visual game a bit in terms of image quality, sharpness. When you compare them to the Remis, they are indeed sharper, which I like. I mean, Anamorphic, I don't expect them to be absolutely clean, then they would have no character at all. But the Remis were indeed a little bit soft. I'm also some kind of pro mist guy, and when you throw a pro mist on, it's even more soft, so you get the dilemma. So I think these are in a nice sweet spot, and yeah, everyone who's considering these lenses, I have to say I really like them, and I like them more than my old Remis. In fact, that I sold my old Remis for these ones, and I think I will stick quite a long time with these. And yeah, I'm sure I forgot 100 things, but these are just my first impressions, just some images, just some first thoughts about build quality, about image quality, and what I like. So maybe after some time of using them, I find some things I don't like, or maybe I still like them. You will find out. If this is so, I will upload a new video about them. For now, I say thank you, thanks for watching, and we catch us on the next one. See ya!